Let's say that a new hospital is being built, and your construction company has been asked to design and create one of the most important parts of each patient's experience, their bathroom. So you and your team get together to come up with a list of all of the requirements for the job, from pipes to electricity, even to countertops and fixture designs. Everything must be functional, beautiful, and easy to replicate for such a large project. And they must also be designed with everything that a patient needs, from sinks and toilets to built-in showers. They must also be tailored to other requirements, from spaces for patients who are fully ambulatory to those who need a little bit more assistance. So you and your team get to work and come up with designs that all of the respective parties can agree on. Now comes the hard part. The bathrooms you've been tasked to build are just part of the virtual city that is today's modern hospital. The way it's usually done, your craftspeople have to wait until the steel is erected and the concrete is cured before they can even step foot on site. Then when they finally have access, they have to share space with an army of other workers who are handling an almost limitless array of other tasks: flooring, walls, and installing the hundreds of miles of cable that connects everyone to everyone else. And what happens when the inevitable logjam occurs between the various contracting teams, potentially setting back progress days, weeks, or even months? Well, what if there was a better idea? What if it was possible to take the lessons learned from modern automobile assembly lines and use them in a new way? What if it was possible to not only design hospital bathrooms modularly, but to also construct them the same way, before the first beams are placed and the first concrete is poured? And what if it was possible to have craftspeople go from module to module, completing their designated portion of the project in almost record time? And once the skeleton of the hospital was complete, what if it was possible to deliver the already built and shrink-wrapped modular bathrooms of the highest quality to be simply lifted into place and connected in a fraction of the time it would take to build on site? As it turns out, it is possible. And how do we know? Because we did it.
Corrigan Company is 124 years old, and it was started up in North St. Louis by my grandfather.
I don't like to think of them as vendors or subcontractors. I like to think of them as partners.
SSM has grown into a giant hospital healthcare provider. The healthcare industry's changed. All the facilities, the old ones are just antiquated and can't be updated.
SSM signed the agreement to purchase St. Louis University Hospital from Tenet. Part of that deal was that SSM would build a new replacement hospital.
SSM approached us with this concept.
We were, I think, extremely fortunate that Corrigan expressed an interest in it so that we could do the work locally.
They saw an opportunity to do prefabrication of the bathroom units.
And it wasn't like you had 200 bathroom pods that were all the same.
That made it a little bit more of a challenge to make sure we got it right. We called up some subcontractors and I had meetings here, and we all scratched our head and tried to figure out how we were going to stage and sequence the work activities and the material, and everyone was respectful of one another.
They're all there, and it's all their project, and they work together so closely. It's really amazing.
We had an assembly building. It had room for 90 units at a time.
The big advantage to it was just to be able to focus all of that craft labor off-site.
You're building an 8-story building all on one level.
You know, we don't have all this downtime trying to get material scattered throughout the whole, job site.
You have one trade in a pod at a time.
We're actually able to spread out, and we're able to move through the job site more efficiently.
And it made it, I think, easier on every trade coming through.
It's like a well-oiled machine, we just keep everything going.
We have carpenters, tinners, tile setters, tapers, painters, electricians.
I'm just here to tape the ceilings and put the epoxy finish on them.
I put the pipe in the interior walls for the water supply so the guys can take showers, use the bathroom.
I'm here making fittings and insulating the plumbing to save energy for the plumbing systems.
And this is the products that we're putting in, all the fittings.
Flash and waterproofing, starting to set the tile, we're pre-make all the cuts.
I'm wrapping all the pods, heating them up to shrink wrap them so that they're waterproof for transportation, so that they don't get wet or damaged on the way to the job.
Everybody has taken their time and done a really good job on the quality.
The pods have really turned out really well.
And as the building went up, before they put the curtain wall on, we transported them and lifted them up. They were on wheels. 3 men could push them around and put them off to the side or wherever they needed to be, out of the way. And so before they started putting the curtain wall on the building, all the bathrooms were on site and relatively close to their final position in the building.
That has a lot to do with having the goal to apply the lean construction methodologies and working together as a team.
We are real happy with the outcome, proud of all the work.
Even the truck drivers were proud of what they were doing because they knew this was a different kind of a deal.
People are relaxed and not all stressed out and getting edgy with each other.
All the trades really do seem to get along very well.
There's a lot of good camaraderie and everybody's working together to get to one end point.
Just having faith in those people to do their job. It's always a great feeling to see them all come through.
We are on schedule thanks to, I think, largely due to the amount of prefabrication we did.
The methods, the materials, the craftsmanship, and the quality are all there in place. And it has proven itself to be economical along with very high quality.
A sound business relationship depends very strongly on trust, and they'll be a partner to SSM for a long, long time.
When I walk through the hospital and I see the final product and I see it in place and finished 100%, what strikes me is how many people have put a lot of time and effort and a lot of quality and craftsmanship into something that a lot of people take for granted.